Shawnee. Welcome back. Getting ready for work, and I already put on my Honey Halo moisturizer from Pharmacy. I'm going to put on makeup. What I was looking for I can't find, so we're just gonna skip that. So today I'm going to use Patricia McGrath, the Midnight Sun. Why am I holding this up? The Midnight Sun palette. Here it is. And let's just get started. So remember we talked about my fight with the insurance company. Y'all, this time, so we moved on from fighting with the insurance company to fighting with the specialty pharmacy company. I called them on Friday because I still haven't gotten my meds, in case you were wondering. When did we talk about it? 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? Still haven't gotten them. And, you know, I had gotten really excited about getting the meds, trying them out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, let me just give them time, you know, to get to me and give me my stuff. And time passed, you know, like the ticking of a clock. I'm going in with my Colored Rain eyeshadow primer in the shade Wheat. So, you know, time is ticking, right? Very Alice in Wonderland, just tick, 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 tick. And I'm not getting anything. So I decide last Friday when I went into the office and I was driving home, my commute is ridiculous, right? It's going to take me minimum an hour. So I was like, you know what? I have time. I'm gonna call these people, and I'm not going to get off of the phone until I get a different answer. I was ready to pull out my inner Karen. I was like, Karenisha is about to come out, right? So I call them, and you know, you go through the phone tree thing, finally get to someone. Pretty sure I've talked to her before, along with, you know, the 4 other people I've talked to, maybe 5. And so I was like, hi, like, I've been trying to get my meds, and what's happening? And so she's like, I mean, she was just speaking so slowly, like, okay, I understand that. I'm sorry, Miss Shawnee. And I'm just like, girl, we don't have time. I need you to speak a little louder and a little faster. But I'm like, actually, I do have time. I'm going to be in this car for minimum an hour, for 60 minutes. So I have time to talk, okay? So she's like, oh, it's still not ready, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, can you tell me why? And she was like, well, we need more details from your doctor's office. And I said, what other details do you need? Do you need my star sign and my blood type? Like, I was done, y'all. Do you need my star sign and my blood type? Because I don't know what else you need. You've got the prior authorization. You've got the confirmation of the prescription, like the how many milligrams and all that. Pray tell, what else, right? And so she puts me on hold. I'm on hold a couple times, right? I'm not going anywhere, though, because like I said, I ain't got nowhere to go, all right? If you know the traffic in D.C., oh, man, I ain't got nowhere to go, okay? So she comes back on the phone, and she's like, oh, yeah, so we need details from your insurance or from your doctor's office. I think they had also said they needed to double check with the insurance, but when I told them we already have the prior authorization, then it went to needing to talk to my doctor. And she said, oh, we can't let you know what details we need. Confirmation that y'all are playing with me. Y'all are playing with, this is a simulation, okay? Because this makes absolutely no sense. I'm gonna go in with this shade here. It's kind of like tan. We can't tell you what the details are. And I'm like, I'm not sure that makes any sense, because you need more details. I essentially have more details for you because I've been doing this, going back and forth with y'all for, you know, 4 months at this point. And I was like, I don't know that that makes sense. And she was like, well, you'd have to talk to the pharmacy tech to get an idea of what we need. I'm like, oh, cool. May I speak with the pharmacy tech? She puts me on hold again, comes back. I'm sorry, Miss Shawnee. Thank you for hanging on the phone. So sorry for the long wait. I'm like, it's fine, girl. And so then she goes, I checked with the pharmacy tech and they're not taking any calls from patients right now. And I said, by this time, it's been a good like 25 minutes. So with the speaking, with the slow rate of speech and the holding on the phone, time is ticking by, right? I'm going to go into this other mat here. Time is ticking by. And again, like once she said that, this is the point where typically I would start crying and having a panic attack. And this, I was about to, but this time I was like, no the hell not. Do these people know who I am? This was in my head because they don't know who I am. Ooh, child, boobs. I'm tired of this. I know this is I can do this, okay? I'm staying on the phone until I get an answer that I want. Like I said, Carnisha. So I was like, you know what? I've gone through this entire conversation about 6 times within the past 2 weeks. I know it's not your fault, but let me tell you what's been happening. I was like, I am in pain and I want my meds. And having had this conversation several times, I'm starting to believe that y'all are lying to me. Either you're lying to me or something else is happening. And I was like, are you lying to me? No answer. I was like, first you tell me that you need more information, but you won't tell me what the information is. Then you tell me that I need to talk to the pharmacy tech, but apparently the pharmacy tech is not speaking with patients today. So exactly what is it that I need to do? Because I need to talk to someone who is going to give me my medication. So she puts me on hold. Another person comes on. Miss Shawnee? Yep, still here. At this point, I'm answering in one-word sentences. Oh, you're trying to get your medication? Yep. He goes, I think his name was Daniel. And he's like, well, I'm gonna talk with the pharmacy tech. And I was like, listen, we've already been here before. I've talked to y'all several times. Everybody keeps saying that they expediting something. Like, let's go ahead and expedite this expedition because what is happening? So I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm gonna give you a call back before the day ends. I was like, I don't believe you. And he was like, no, I'm gonna give you a call back. I was like, okie dokie. So I just went about my merry little life. At this point, it's been like 45 minutes. I went ahead with my merry little life, and I was like, I'm not even gonna trip. Y'all not gonna call me back, so I'm gonna just go do what I need to do, drive the rest of the way home. So I'm thinking this shade and this shade. Those are the two I'm drawn to. Of course I am, because like this is very up my alley. So yeah, I'm like, I was like, listen, I know you guys don't care that I'm in pain, so this might not be, you know, this is not a rush thing for you, but I would just really appreciate if I could get my medication. So a couple hours later, there's a phone call. I missed the call, okay, because I didn't believe he was going to call me back in the first place. But I see the call and I call back. I call back and the same lady answers, hello. And I'm like, hey, I just talked to you like a little while ago, and I'm calling to speak to Daniel. Because Daniel's the last person I talked to, and Daniel was the one that left me the voice message to give him a call back. So she's like putting me on hold, and because she had said, let me check your file. Girl, I done talked to you for like your entire lunch break. You should know who this is. I don't know that many other people have talked to y'all so much. Like, we are literally on like a first name basis. We're at the point of looking at our Google calendars and trying to find a time that we could all meet for lunch. Like, you know who I am. And I'm not even saying that like I'm the biggest, baddest bitch. You know, I'm just like, hi again. And so she says, oh, so we have switched your medication to a new specialty pharmacy. When I say I almost jumped right out my skin, my skeleton almost left my body. Skin suit, or just like right on the floor. I was like, okay, can you tell me what specialty pharmacy it is? So it's like CVS specialty pharmacy. This does not make me feel any better. This does not make me feel any better. I think that the pharmacy I've been talking to for 4 months is Sindera or something like that. I'm like, okay. Y'all couldn't do this before, because it sounds like what you're telling me is that you can't fill the prescription at your specialty pharmacy. No matter how much information you gather from me, including like my mother's like weight that she was in high school, like I don't know that this is a new thing. I feel like you knew. I feel like you knew. So yes, y'all have been lying to me. Because every time you said, we're going to expedite it, I don't know what you did with my stuff. I don't know what you did with it. Ain't nobody was expediting though. But this time I had stayed on the phone. I was being very bothersome, okay? Because I try not to take stuff out on the people answering the phone, because it's not their fault. It's the person way above them, right? It's making these life-changing decisions. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Danessa Myricks blurring balm. So I was like, all right. She's like, I can give you the number to call them. Because now it's sounding like, balls in your court, babes. Don't call us back no more. That's what it feels like. Cool, that's fine. So I'm not convinced about the CVS pharmacy, specialty pharmacy, because I haven't had the best experience with the CVS, right? So I'm going to go in with my KVD foundation. Oh, so I'm just like, okay, bet I'm gonna call the CVS pharmacy. So I call and someone answers, and she's already like, you know how you could tell she was talking to somebody else, because she's like, right, hello, CVS specialty pharmacy. And I was like, hi, I was told to call you because a different pharmacy said that they sent my prescription over, and I'm just trying to figure out next steps. And she was like, okay, can you provide your birth date? Can you provide blah, blah, blah? I'm like, every time I call, y'all don't take notes. Like, so then she goes, oh yes, it looks like we just received it a little bit ago, and so we're gonna start working on it, and what I want you to do is I want you to call us back probably tomorrow, because we need some time to get it together. Give us a call back and we'll be able to go ahead and get the medicine to you. And I'm like, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and call tomorrow, because now I'm dealing with a whole different company, right? I gotta feel y'all out, because I don't know, are you gonna be helpful or not, or are you just gonna have me running in circles? Like, I could have already run the 26.2. I could have done the marathon. So I'm like, okay, I can't do nothing else today. Let me just have a drink and just go about my life, right? So the next day I get a text and I see that it's like, your prescription is ready. Now, she had told me that typically I can refill or fill prescriptions through their app, but it's a different app from the regular CVS app. It's the CVS specialty pharmacy app. And I'm like, okay, but she was like, for the first one though, we need to talk to you. Okay, girl. I'm like, cool. So I get the message and I call, and I first looked at the app. I'm gonna go in with the HD concealer from Makeup Forever. I first looked at the app and it said your prescription is ready to be sent or whatever the hell they said, right? And I'm just like, let's see what's gonna happen. And so now I'm talking to his name was maybe like Jose. Jose gets on the phone, same questions, birthday, you know, time of birth, height, first, the name of your first pet that you saw in the window, just like all these things, right? I'm just answering, and then he's going through like, okay, can you tell me the name of the medication that we are supposed to fill for you? I just gave you my whole life story. Like, this is more invasive than a pap smear. I just told you everything. What else do you need? So I told him the name of the meds. It should be right there, but I have to confirm what it is. You confirm it, spell it. So we go through all of this, and he's talking about blah, 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 delivery, and he's saying something like, you can have it delivered in every state, but like Oklahoma. And I was like, I got off topic, and I was like, why Oklahoma? And he was like, you are the only one that has ever asked that question. And I'm like, really? People don't be paying attention? Like, why Oklahoma? How random. And so he said something, he was like, now he's laughing. And because I am very charming. And he was like, there's something about, I don't know what he said. And I was like, that is so interesting. And he was like, I've been to Oklahoma once. I went fly fishing with my uncle. And I was like, well, tell me about that. You know, so we're literally just talking. And all these, whatever he's asking me, I'm like, yes. I don't care which, I'm going to tell you whatever you need to hear, okay, to get me my stuff. So finally, he's like, okay, we can have it delivered on Thursday. And I'm like, all right, Jose, like, we gonna see. And he was like, well, is there anything else that you need besides information on Oklahoma? And we're both cackling. Because also at that point, I had to tell him all the other meds I have been on, right? So I was like, well, there's this for that. There's this for seizures, which is super fun. And he said, Thursday. Now, tomorrow is Thursday. When you watch this, it might be Thursday. So I'm going to come back at some point and let you know. Because if I don't have those meds in my hand by 11:59 p.m. Thursday, the amount of hell that is going to break loose is worse than the hell we already are experiencing with Home Dude in the White House. Okay? Let me go ahead and wrap up because I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So this is actually the end of my work day. I wasn't able to come back after I like finished everything up and put on my dress, and I just had to start working at that point. But I think I've had this makeup on for about 8 hours. It's a little lived in. I don't think it looks bad. I did have back-to-back people, so no real breaks in between, but I did manage a 7-minute nap, and all of this it's held up. So this is what I look like at the end of the day today. Be jealous. Anyways, I think that's it. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself and continuing to celebrate Pride Month. I would love it if you liked the video. Push that like button, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.